Hey there, welcome back to the table. We're going to try Great Western Trail, Argentina. So we've been doing a series here where we've been playing, we played the base game and then we played the base game with the Northern Rails expansion. So now we're moving on to the next in the series, which was Argentina. This one greatly changes things up. The tabletop simulator software has a lot of scripting, so I picked solo, and so it completely set up the board for me. But let me get into some of the basics. Assuming that you have a basic working knowledge of Great Western Trail from the previous playthroughs that we've done, as you can see, the cattle works exactly the same. There's no changes here, other than that it's just new cattle names. And the one thing to note though is that the cattle still has the values at the top. That's your delivery values. These are like the dreaded silver cattle, right? That are that you never like having in your hand because they're not worth a lot of points. However, they now have strength at the bottom, and these are the strongest cattle, which I think is an extremely interesting twist. I mean, these cattle are worth a lot and have a lot of strength, but the ones that are typically the least valuable have the highest strength in the game, and that's awesome. So it makes them usable, and we'll talk about what strength means in a second. But strength is a new feature in this game. Also, the player board, as you'll notice, has a fourth worker. It is called a granjeros, which is basically a farmer. This is the machinista, which is like the engineer. The buildero, which is your builder, and the I don't even remember ponchos, which is your cowboy. So in all cases, this acts just like the cowboys from the other game, just like the builders, just like the engineers. The one big thing is you got the granjeros, which are new, and this is a whole new mechanic. And we're gonna your player board has the auxiliary actions like before, the certificates like before. There's a new section for strength. So if I remove this, I have one strength. And then also there's a grain marker that we're keeping track of as well. I will be playing the yellow player like I always do. And we will be playing against the red player, who is the Automa. And the Automa does not have Granjeros. Um, I actually did not spend a lot of time reading the Automa rules. We'll do that together. I've never played the Automa. The only thing that you need to understand is there's 15 cards that come with the Automa, and this, of course, you shuffle. And then over here, you have three sets of cards. There's a purple, a green, or oh, yeah, green. See how these have green numbers on the top right, and those are red numbers. And then there's yellow. So there's something with the production quality. See how the anchor is all different colors, but anyways, uh, these are difficulty levels. The green dice or the green pips here are the easy. This is hard, and we're choosing the medium difficulty. So these two you don't need; they're out of the game. And so with the medium difficulty, you flip over the first card, which has the one pip, and then the two pip sits here, and this has to do with deliveries, and we'll get into that. Um, I actually don't know. Like I said, I have not read the Automa rules. We're going to do that together as we play. But this is what you set up, and then just like the original game, you randomly draw a tile. We got the cowboy, and that is the specialization. So he's going to specialize in cowboy, and I can't remember. Well, last time we played with three bots, so we had a specialization in all three. So that's all you have to do to set up the Automa. Of course, they need their worker, and they need their train. The train goes the opposite direction this time, so we go this way. And an interesting mechanic with this one is when you hit the end, you can put a disc here, but this is you can go unlimited times. But your train goes back to the depot, and then once it's at the depot, you can then leave the depot and come back and deliver it again. And you can do this infinitely, over and over. Um, the the train can never go backwards from uh, the depot. I don't know if it can go backwards at all in this game. To be honest, I have to look that up. There's also a new card called exhaustion cards, And this has to do with the strength of your cattle. And I keep avoiding the whole strength concept, but it has to do with your cattle will use their strength to help the granjeros with their farms. And when they do, they become exhausted. So you get these cards, and they clutter up your deck, and they also give you negative points at the end of the game. All right. The other new concept is the granjeros are here instead of bandits. So, and we don't have bandits, and we don't have like remember we had like the hostile terrain, like there was the desert, the mountains, or the water. Instead, you have the granjeros here, and they are in a different alternate path than the buildings. If you were to go through this path, every one of these granjeros is going to charge you a tax based on the hand. That's not necessarily a good thing, right? You're going to lose a lot of money going through there. If you land on one of these granjeros, as your action, you can try to help him, and he has a strength number on him. So the strength is 5. So if you have 5 strength points, you can help him, and then he will join you. And so there's 2 things you can do. You can pick him up and put him next to your player board, and he's just like the bandits from the last game. He will count towards objectives and all that stuff. Or you can flip him over, and then he becomes a worker on your board. But bear in mind that you have to pay 6 coins to make him a worker. So if you can't afford the 6 coins, or you don't want to, you could just leave him here, and he'll count towards endgame or other objectives. They are worth 2 victory points over here as well. So this is 2 victory points. This is not 2 victory points. So very big difference. So I know I'm wondering the same thing you probably are. Why would I ever give up 2 victory points and then I also lose money on top of it? I mean, it seems ridiculous, but that's how this works. And the grain token, as you can see here, just lets you move up the grain track. All right, so let's put this back. The other thing to understand is this particular neutral tile has this new command. And what this is you can assist graneros. So I can pick any 3 graneros in the game. And it just so happened that, they're randomly drawn. We drew 4 of them here on this path, and there was only 1 of them here. But I could pick this one and any 2 other ones or whatever. I could pick any 3 on the board and add up all their strength. And as long as I have enough cattle or strength of my own, I will be able to hire all 3 of them. And that's what this is. So you can go 1 to 3. So you can get insane and really just start to break them all in. And in that case, you really want a lot of these types of cow, right? These orange ones. They're not worth anything when you deliver to the final city, but gosh darn it, they with their 7 strength, they can really help you, get these granjeros to your side. So why do you want granjeros on your side? Well, I mean, you get this small amount of grain. Just so you know, if you don't have enough grain when you deliver, they're 2 gold apiece. So paying 6 gold for 1 grain is a bit steep. However, I will tell you that there's also a new concept of these cities. These are European cities, and your discs will arrive here, and then you have to pay, like in this case, 3 grain to move your disc from here to any of these 3 locations. And then this is first come, first serve, and then you get whatever bonus is listed. So here, if you keep your disc here, you're going to get 2 points at the end of the game. But if I pay the grain, I can move my disc from here to here and get 6 points at the end of the game. Or 3 points at the end of the game and a cow, a 3 value cow. So there's a mechanic that lets you do that. The grain is definitely needed for that, and that might be one of the reasons why you need grain, and you cannot spend $2 a grain here. You can only when you deliver your cattle to the city, I think it's Buenos Aires, based on the value of your cattle, and it's calculated exactly the same as any other game, you place your discs on these ships. So if I have 8 value of cattle, I can put a disc here, and then I have to pay 1 grain to do that. Basically, you have to feed your cattle while they're being transported across the ocean. You can pay 2 gold in lieu of a grain if you need to. And then, of course, you get a special bonus if you go to this one. And then, just like before, there's the dark corners. which will let you get rid of certain discs on your player board. And then you may also notice that there's these different colors and anchors. So first off, there's 3 black anchors, and then there's 2 purple and 1, I guess that would be teal. Okay. Then you can see these are different colored anchors. They're like silver anchors, and then you have 1 teal, 1 purple, 1 yellow, and then you have the bronze anchors with 2 yellow and 1 teal. Okay. So what that is they reference different things, and the color of the banner versus the color of the anchor are 2 different things. First, let's talk about the color of the anchor. The bronze anchors go to Le Havre. Okay, the silver ones go to Rotterdam, and then the black ones go to Liverpool. Okay, so that's the first thing. So so as you deliver your cattle, the discs stay on these ships, and they remain there in port. And other players can also deliver to the same location, just like, you know, if you went to Chicago in the previous game. And obviously everybody has to pay their grain and all that jazz. But then what happens is you'll notice that as we continue the game and this moves down, this used to trigger cattle in the market. But now you'll notice that there's these colored banners. There's the yellow, the teal, and the purple. So the yellow will get triggered first. When this moves past the yellow, all the ships with the yellow background are going to set sail. And they're going to go to the cities that they're associated with. So this one will go to the Le Havre. That one will also go to Le Havre. And this one will go to Rotterdam. None of them at this stage would go to Liverpool. And so then you can see the Roman numeral 1, 2, and 1. And so what that means is this is going to go to Le Havre and then be in this section. So all of the discs that are on that ship will go here. They're worth 0 points at the end of the game. So chances are you're going to really want to pay the grain to get them off this spot. If you are in the Roman numeral 2 spot, then you end up here where you are going to get 1 victory point at the end of the game, and you gain 2 grain. So you have to pay some grain, or get to the 5, right, to be able to do it, but you're going to get 2 grain when you get here, and you can use that grain to then move the disc to any of these neighborhoods. Now, one thing in a 2-player game, this middle piece is covering up something. If you play a 4-player game, that middle piece is not there. And, part of me is considering playing a 4-player game like we did the last time. I really liked that idea of playing it like a multiplayer game instead of against the bot. I'm not a fan of the bot, to be honest with you. The fact that I was playing 4-player multiplayer was a lot of fun, although I was having a hard time keeping track of certain things. I do confess. So same concept with Rotterdam, except you'll notice that Rotterdam, with the silver anchor, only ever has a Roman numeral 1. So there's Roman numeral 1 here, Roman numeral 1 there, and there. So the discs only ever come here. And then for Liverpool, there is a 1 and a 2. And in Liverpool, you can get 3 grain if you end up over here. And you can see that also these are the darker colored ones because you have to get to Liverpool in order to unlock your dark discs. Anything above that is not. Okay, so what else happens? When this triggers, these set sail, and you can see 3 of them are going to set sail, and then you're going to draw 2 more from here, and they're going to be inserted in this pool of ships. Let's just grab one by random and just show you. So there's going to be one that's a 13, and it's going to be there, but it doesn't deliver to a city. But it's going to be on the board, right? So it'll fill in, it'll go way down here, somewhere between the 11 and the 15, right? So we'll shift these up or whatever. So you could deliver here. It's only a white ship or white disc ship. You're going to score 7 victory points for going here. So these ships that are in the in here, they don't have any anchors on them, but they're going to fill in these spots as the ships leave, and we're only going to draw 2 of them. So 3 of them are going to leave, and then we're going to replace it with 2. but they'll go into their corresponding spot, and these are random. So I drew a 13. There's a 14, and there's a 7. I mean, so it's all across the board, and I'm gonna shuffle. There we go. So that's how that mechanic works. This is all brand new. It's very interesting. I actually think it looks fun. Um, the last piece is here. This is the cowboy. Um, the hiring of your workers is exactly the same, except right here. Look, he has a strength. So some of the employees have strength, and some of them don't. And if they have a strength, and they're in your arsenal, then then what basically happens is that counts as one strength towards your strength pool. Now the exhausted cards. These cards, when you gain them, they're going to go in your discard pile, right? So, you're going to have to deal with them. And if they ever end up in your hand, then what happens is they're clogging up your hand. They're worthless. So you can get rid of them by using this action. So this allows you to discard any card. You can discard this card, but that doesn't get rid of it permanently. To get rid of it permanently, you have to deliver to here with it in your hand. If it's in your hand, it's gone permanently. So that was an interesting mechanic. And then there was a symbol. I don't know if that symbol or where it is. Right here. The symbol right here lets you get rid of an exhaustion card. See, it's got like a picture of a barn, which I think is this barn here. So if you go to this location, instead of doing an auxiliary action, you could choose to get rid of an exhaustion card. So pretty interesting. And then it also looks like you have a Granjeros. You gain 1 grain for every Granjeros in your employ. So so that's one of the reasons why maybe you want to have them in your employment. Then one last thing to cover here. The train, as it moves along, and you'll notice there's no railroad crossing symbols. So how do you determine, like, okay, how do I deliver? And here's the way this works. You walk your cattle all the way to here to deliver. So once you get to this space here, then you can finally deliver. If your train is far enough along the track, like this, so let's say they're at the 7, then what happens is when you're in this space, you can take this and automatically go to here. And then you're delivering your cattle. Because there could be granjeros along the way here, as you can see, and each of these is going to charge you a fee to walk through them. So if your train's far enough along, like here, you can get to this space right here, and then boom, you're automatically delivered to the city. So you no longer have to go through any of these other spaces. So these buildings may not even be, in your way. You may not use this building, right? Because you're automatically delivering your cattle sooner and sooner as your train gets further and further along. And for Pete's sakes, if you get to here, you can get to this space and then deliver your cattle. You skip all of this. This gives me anxiety because I play with so many people who all they want to do is rush getting to the selling of the cattle. This looks like this is just going to make it worse. But we'll see. I don't know. So like I said, I'm actually tempted to play this multi-handed instead of using the bot, largely because I have to now figure out the bot on top of figuring out the game. I've never played this game before. I've played Great Western Trail many times, but I've never played this one. I own it. This is on my shelf of shame. So we're gonna break that shelf of shame and play it at least once. And like I said, I'm tempted to try a 4-player game because there's a lot of thoughts going in my head. Like, should I focus on Granjeros? What if I focus on the train? And what if I'm a cowboy focus? And then the AI just does a bunch of random crap and ruins your day. So that's some of my thoughts. I don't know what exactly I should do, and and then of course the cities have a little bit more going on because these middle pieces are removed. I don't know if that's that big of a deal, but still. Um, Last but not least, I don't know what that is. I have to check. Why did I not pick that up? But here you can see, like, this is an engineer with a strength. That's an engineer without one. What is that? Minus one. Oh, yes. If they have a strength on them, they cost one more. So this guy costs seven. This one costs six. That's what that means. Yes. I remember. Um, it's a very straightforward game. If you've played the original Great Western Trail, this does not seem to be too shocking of a jump. The buildings, of course, are going to be drastically different. Here you can see there's a granjero. Like, this is a building that lets you do the granjero action and you get plus 3 strength just from the building alone. Here's one that lets you get plus 6 strength. So a lot of interesting mechanics. This adds, just enough mix that if you play it, like, it's going to change the strategy of the game quite a bit. So, how madly do I want to play the solo? I'm actually very much leaning towards let's not do that. So, let me pause this. I'm going to reload this app and we're going to try to do a 4-player multi-handed. Um, I apologize because you didn't see my last 4-player multi-handed game, so I don't know which ones you guys prefer to see. The solo play against the real bot that came with the game, or so let me just show you the bot. This is supposed to dictate the deliveries. Now, whether or not, like, what goes here versus here, I don't know. I'm assuming that whenever he delivers his cattle, he's going to put discs on these various locations. So that means that he's going to deliver to the bronze and the space 2, right? And then he's going to go to the silver on space 1 and then bronze on space 1. So if he does 3 deliveries before the yellow comes up, then that's where his discs will go, right? And then you could see this is the next set of deliveries, and then the next set, and then I think this is just, yeah, this is just victory points. So he's just going to straight up cheat, right? So very interesting how that works. And of course, the easy cards are, you can see that he doesn't go to the second phase of the town until the second delivery. So if you somehow go past the yellow marker before he does his second delivery, then he's only going to get to put this disc out and not that one. And you could see, and then here, they're just straight up getting a bunch of points. And let's see. And then the X, you also see that the X has different numbers values on them. So this is X equals 2, and that's going to come into play on here when some of these are going to have X written on them, like this. So X equals 2 because we're playing medium difficulty, so that means his train moves 2 spaces. I mean, he doesn't look like he's that hard to control. And then up here you could see, based on how many cowboys he has, this is going to dictate which cards he purchases whenever he buys cattle. So if he has 5 of them, he's going to try to purchase 2 brown. That kind of thing. So yeah, let's go ahead and go back to the main menu. Create Great Western Trail, Argentina. We're going to click on 4 players. So boom, just like that, it's all ready to go. There is no starting objective anymore. Those are gone. And that's true for Argentina as well. You won't see starting objectives with that. And then it looks like when I clicked on 4-player, he took the liberty of deleting all the solo material, which is fine. So we're going to just do it this way, where red goes first. And I believe that means he gets $6. 7, 4, and 1. And then it goes from there. So he's got 7, 1, 2. Let's do this. And let's put his deck down here. So 7, 4, and then 1. Now in the You got to hit L to unlock these. I don't know why he locked them, because those are the tokens, right? You can grab them from here too, if you don't want to unlock them. But anyways, he's got one of these as well, which we will put. I think we've been putting markers and stuff there. And once again, come here. So this is going to be 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just making sure I'm following it right. Yep, and then 10 and 1. Oh, here we go. 1. I think this means I have to deal to the certain color. I don't remember what color. Or no, 2. No, 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 no. 3, 4, 5. And you can tell by the bottom here, they all have the it's interesting. These are all supposed to be different color. The player cards, but in this case they're not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and go ahead and put that back up there. Maybe we'll put that on the left side. There. Alright, so these are their hands, and of course these guys are going to have to discard down. So the mistake here is these of course represent your starter cards, but the middle dot here, as you can see, is white because there's a white player, and it looks like he just copied the deck 4 times. The middle dot's supposed to be red for these cards, for example. That should be red. So anyways, we'll just go ahead and make sure everything's shuffled good. This is, of course, the cattle market, and they they did a really weird job of sorting these. I'm going to go ahead and try to straighten this out. So we have, just like before, the red, white, and blue with the orange. And then, of course, you have your brown ones that have varying values. And then we're going to have purple ones with their own varying values. This, to me, is much more efficient than the way it was going all the way across the thing. And then this, the middle token here should be gone when you're in a 4-player game. I don't understand that. But there is a side A and a side B, by the way. So if you ever get sick of playing the game, then you just flip it over and there's some more variation. So I don't know. One of the things I think that seems broken is this. In a 4-player game, these compass markers are supposed to be gone. So let me look at my boards and see what's up. Okay, I'm back. We are ready to get started here on our 4-player game with red going first. And look at what I did. I came up with this little scheme. So I cloned the cards. So this isn't stolen from the deck, so it doesn't change the game balance. These are these. If I can orient it right so I can select all those, we're going to lock them all in. So these cards, along with these, so what this is a counter of how many of these cards does red, yellow, white, and blue have. Because remember, the last time I played, if you watched my last playthrough, the hardest part about doing multi-handed is I couldn't remember. Okay, did I purchase a red, white, or blue card, right? Or how many browns do I have, or how many purples do I have? And if you're playing just yourself, that's easy enough to remember. But when you're trying to control four different players, it's not. So, yes, I spent actual time doing this, and it's really cool. In case you are curious, you just go into objects, pick a counter. It will show up as black, and then you right click on it, and then just do color tint and pick whatever color you like, and then hit apply. And so I just made this, and then I selected these, and then I don't know why the selection's not working. Wow. Is it because I have it locked? It might be. So here, I'm going to unlock all these. Lock, unlock, unlock. Alright, so then you can... Whoop, this one got locked. Alright, now you can select all four, and you can hit Control C, Control V, and then bam, 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 bam. Paste them all the way down the board. So yes, a little bit of overkill, but it works. It works very well. My only regret is it's all the way over on the right, so every time we buy a cow, we gotta scroll over, but it's good. We can do this. Okay, so I do have a nomenclature, as you're aware. Red is all about buildings, so they're going to do the builderos. Yellow is us, so we're going to play it independently, and we're trying to beat the strategy. The white is going to be about cowboys, and the blue is always about the trains. And so when I say always about something, that means that that's their priority. They want to try to get as many of those employees as possible, and then, you know, implement whatever strategy necessary to make that work. And then we're going to try our own little shenanigans as well. And if anything, we're going to be doing some Granjero stuff to see if that works for us. I don't know. I have no idea. I've never played this game, so one of the things I think that fascinates me about not using the Automa is I'm going to see how this plays for real with the interactions between the players instead of the cheaty McCheaterson stuff. Okay, and then as you'll notice, because we chose a new game and did a new setup, the Granjeros are divided a little differently amongst the board, and then also the locations of each of the neutrals moved, and that's all fine. And then of course we have changes there as well. Alright, red is first. It's just like before. You can start anywhere on the board in your first turn. And of course they have these four cards. And this is of course your silver cards, which are crappy. And they're worth just as much as the orange ones, but the orange ones are super powerful. And also a nomenclature in the game, if there's no number next to it, that's an implied one. So not only are the silver cards crappy, but they only have one strength. But it is a good way to get rid of them, right? So very interesting concept. And when we get into New Zealand, we're going to switch to sheep, and then there's going to be this concept of shearing them. But here, the silvers were always, you know, that annoying card in your hand, and I found ways to, you know, get rid of them a little bit. But here you could, they're not as strong, but you can get rid of them. Now, one thing to understand, though, is when you do this action, if you use cattle to add strength, and it's one or two cattle cards, you take one exhaustion. But if you use 3 or 4 cattle cards, you're going to take 2. So the number of exhaustion cards you take is based on how many cattle cards you use. If you're using the strength from your employees or from this, then it doesn't matter. No big deal. Alright, so let's get started. We're going to do Mr. Building here. And you know me, I like to start off by hiring people. So where's the hire person command? Let's go through and make sure we understand everything. This is your move the train. 2 equal for $2. This is 1 grain for every granjero. get rid of an exhaustion, do an auxiliary action, and you can see that the pathway goes either here or there. And then if we take the Granjero pathway, this is where you get the bonus actions, right? You can discard any cow for $2, any cow for a certificate. This one you don't. Alright, so then we get up to here, and black cow for $2, buy cows. Pretty straightforward. Move your train, 2 auxiliaries, gain an objective card, 1 auxiliary, and this is different than this, right? So this you could do both actions. Even if you have both actions unlocked, you only get to do it once. And then move your train once. And then from here, you can go through the Granjeros or this way. Green cow for $2. This is your builder space. Here is your hire an employee space. And then here is your grab a Granjero space. So this gets interesting because if your train is moved far enough, you can deliver your cattle and you don't even get to hire new workers because you're going to skip all this. I don't know what to think of that yet. So now you might be asking, what are these silly things? Well, let's say I walk through the Granjeros. So this is a black hand, and a black hand is a penalty of 1 coin, right? So if I pay 1 coin, those coins go on the Granjero. So he'll accumulate coins every time you go through the path. And then once you actually do the strength thing and you convert him to your side, then what's going to happen is you get all the coins that are on here. And that money goes into your pocket. So you do get some money for it, potentially, depending on how much people go through the various Granjeros. So I think for red, given the setup that we have, I want to go here and build first. So let's do that, and we're going to start the action off. And these meeples, by the way, are huge compared to everything else. So we're going to go here, and if I have a green one, I'll sell it. Otherwise, I'm going to try to build something. I don't have a green. And what are we going to build? So let's look at our stuff here. This is 2 coins for every grain spot. So here you can see there's lots of grain spots. And then the other one we can build is automatically move 1 space and then do 2 auxiliary actions. So that's a good one too. Well, we're going to do this one. And I'm going to put it here on this grain spot right there. That's going to cost us $2. Because it's $2 per person. Right here. And yeah, so there we go. We got our building out. And, well, actually, I got to think about it. This has a hand on it. People aren't going to walk through the Granjeros, I don't think. So I need to reconsider. And maybe do something like this. Tax everybody as they're going through. I don't know. I mean, this whole Granjeros concept is weird. It is possible people are going to go right around you. I'm still gonna, I think, do that. Well, let me think about it. No, I am gonna do it that way. We're gonna do it that way. And yeah, I didn't spend any cows. I didn't do anything else. That's it for his turn. I forgot. I gotta unlock these. Alright, so now it's our turn, and we have to discard down to 1. And I still don't know what we're going to do. So I think to discard down to one, we have to dictate like what are we gonna do? Are we gonna build a building? Are we gonna try to hire someone? We have the same buildings. These buildings look very fascinating to me. Um, because you can hire granjeros and get bonus strength. I think that's really interesting. The B side doesn't look like it has it. That's an interesting one. You get 6 coins for every 4 you have. This is an interesting one too. You gain a grain. Oh, that could be pretty powerful. Um, I don't know what. Oh, I think this is the step 1 thing. So here you got the step 1 where you can pay grain to move your. So this here is you can move your. If I have this here, I can pay grain to then move it to somewhere else. And so that particular building lets you do that without having to deliver cattle. So you get to do it one more time. So pretty interesting there. Okay, what do I want to do? I have to first of all go down to a card. And so if I'm going to recruit, it's a white. None of these are white, so that doesn't do me any good. This one is a green if I want to build. And then where's the black? Where do we sell it? Right here. So we could try to buy a cow. And here's your purchase prices. So 4, 5, 11. Um. So I would get $2 if I tried to buy a cow. I'm starting with 8. That would put me to 10. The workers are going to cost 6 or possibly 7. All right, I think I have it figured out. I'm going to get rid of this card. So this will be our. Where do I want to do discards? We'll do there. So these are the 4 cards I'm going to start the game with, and I'm going to start here on the build a building as well as the other player, and I'm doing this largely because that lets me get rid of a green because I have a duplicate green, right? And I'm going to get $2 for that. And then I'm going to spend those $2. So basically it's free to build something. So I can get $2, or we could do the auxiliary stuff and then move 1 space. So the auxiliary stuff looks very straightforward, except this one's gaining grain and also a certificate, which actually looks pretty powerful. This one is just a grain. Oh, I'm sorry, you have to spend a grain to get a certificate and a money. Or you can spend a money to get a grain. Okay, interesting. This will let us get rid of our silvers. So which one? Do I do the one that gives me the $2? The problem is there's only so many of these to go around. And I think I'm going to do the one that lets me move forward 1 space and do the auxiliary actions. So I want to put it somewhere where after I do it, I move forward 1 space and then get to do something else. And I like the idea of here or here because then, it allows me to buy cattle. So I can do an auxiliary. This lets me discard to get a certificate, and then I can also buy a cattle. But I have to go through these guys to use it. But that's the idea, right? I like that idea. Or I can put it here because I know I'm always going to hire, right? And then do an auxiliary and then hire. You know what? Why wouldn't I do that? Because then it's in my path. So on my way to here. Sure, I do that That's my 2 coins. My turn is over. I am done. All right, so now we go to Mr. Cowboy here, looking at my same situation, and I think in his case, he's got a lot of cows here. He wants to buy some cattle. So we're going to go here, and then he's going to be able to... First, we got to discard down to 4. So we're going to get rid of 1, 2, and then we're going to sell this for 2. And by the way, I got to draw back up. Good, we got a good final hand. All right, so we did that for 2, and now we have 11 bucks. 1 person. Let's get some cattle. So we got some low values but high strength here. But I think like right here, these are all 3 value. And for 5 bucks, he can grab one of these, and that's what he's going to do. So we're going to do that, put it in the discard pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then he draws back up. Boom. Alright, now we got the final player. This one is the one that wants to do with the trains. And we need to discard until we're down to 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So we actually have a good starting hand. And where does he want to start? We're going to start with hiring an employee. The train movement is here and here, but we're going to start here. So we could discard a white for 2 bucks, which I chose not to do. We already have 10 bucks, and we're going to grab... There's 2 rows of employees, and none of them are train engineers. Oh my gosh, it's here. Oh, that's not going to work. Well, okay, if you're doing the train engineer, you always need a cowboy. So, we're going to spend 6 bucks for the cheap cowboy here. And we put that there, and you can see we're going to get a 2x token. So I'm just going to clone this. I don't know why they're so large. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And turn is over for blue. So now we go to red. And again, we built our building. So now we're going to move up and hire. Absolutely, he's going to go up and hire. We can sell the white for 2, and we are going to do that because we don't have that much money. I don't draw this yet until the end of the turn. And we are going to hire a builder, which there are plenty of. So the question is, do I want a builder with strength or a builder without strength? And I'm going to take the builder with strength. So that's going to cost us 7. So we're all the way down to 0. And the reason I did that is because red chose to go here, and you can see granjeros are going to be in the way. So you're going to need strength to help remove the granjeros. And anyways, I think that might be something I'd want to do. Alright, turn is over. Horrible hand for red. Okay, next up is yellow. We got our final hand good to go. So I'm going to move up here. We're going to do auxiliary actions. We don't have them both unlocked, but we're going to do the one that gives us 1 coin. And then we get to move forward again. And now we can hire somebody. I don't want to sell any cattle. Who do I want to hire? So in our case, we would like a builder, but I am okay with a cowboy, but I have to spend 8 bucks for one if I want to get a cowboy with strength. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to get a cowboy with strength. 8 bucks puts us down to 1. And then we actually get another one of those. here. This guy also wants a cowboy, but he's way back here. And if you'll notice, they move 5 spaces in a 4-player game. That's insane. Um, so 1, 2, 3 if we want to build. I'm going to say no. And then I'm going to say 4. We're all going to meet here. I don't want to sell any cattle if I don't have to. But I do need a cowboy, which means I do have to sell a cattle because I don't have $7. So we will sell our white to get $2, and then I'm just going to bring it down to 1 because it's going to cost $7 to get one. I could get one with strength. Oh, I'm going to just get one. And then that lets me clone this. And we're going to draw back up. So now we got a broken hand. That part stinks, but I needed the employee more than I needed perfect hand. And then we got Blue here, who wanted to get a Machinista, but there isn't even one available. So do I grab a... obviously our trains are all the way at 0, so we're going to have to move all the way to here. But do I come here and do this is the question, or do I skip it? Getting a certificate is never horrible. Doing this is such a bizarre mechanic. I don't want to mess with the strength thing right now, because if I had like a cow situation like this, I definitely want to do it. But if this situation, I don't want to mess with my cows, so I think I'm going to go ahead and we're going to deliver. So we will go back to the beginning, and first step is we can pay grain to move a disc in one of the cities. We have 0 discs in these cities, so this is a worthless step for now. Second step is remember before we put these down first? Now these are put down last. Second step is we calculate our money, different set of cows, plus our certificate, and get this, and then we discard our hand. So, in this situation, we have 2, 4, 6, 7, and I'm going to just drop them all right there. And 5, 6, 7 is a nice $11 that we get, but we're not done, because after we get our $11, we now have to put a disc on one of these ships. So our value is 7, so we can go all the way down to this ship or all the way back. So this is where it gets interesting, because the phase 2 of this city is better than 1. So you definitely want to have a disc on this ship. But if you get all the way down to this ship, you get an objective, and remember, you can only have 1 disc on each ship. So if next time around my cattle aren't worth 7, I'm going to be stuck taking something lower. So that's some of my my dilemma. So none of them are going to be the black disc. So we went cowboys with this one. We're going to try to do trains, which means we probably want to maybe. This one probably is not a bad idea. Although look at this, if you want to get rid of the second one, you have to lose 3 coins to take that off. That's an interesting mechanic. This one we could do, but I think we want to unlock one of these, and let's go for... This is always a good idea to have. So we're going to do this, and we're going to put it on the 7. Now I need 2 grain, and everybody has 0 grain right now. So actually, we might have all started with 1 grain. Let me check. Yeah, so we place it on a 0. So we all have 0 grain. So I have to come up with 2 grain. I don't have any, or this character doesn't have any. So I have to spend 1, 2, 3, 4 gold for the 2 grain, 2 grain per gold, or 2 gold per grain. And so there you go. We got a disc here, and we're ready to rock and roll. So then we do 4, 5, 6. So we got to pick one of these. So the difference is the orange goes here, and the green goes here. So let's screw with the red player and put the green one there. And then here we got to get a Machinista out, right? And so we're going to do exactly that. And then we got to do one of these, and it's either the strength one or the non-strength one. And we're going to go ahead and do the non-strength one. And then I'm going to hit refill. It's pretty cool. Yep, and then we draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and by the way, you start the game with a exhaust. So this was somewhere in our deck. So it is possible you're going to get one of those, and sure enough, we just did. So blue is done, and now we go to red. Okay, red has the horrible hand. So red is going to go here for sure. Going to get a certificate, and then we're going to try to help a Granero. Now we can look across the board. We can do up to 3 of them. This one has a strength of 3, strength of 7. So there's some really big ones out there that you could go after. But the thing is, I have 3 of these crappy cattle, which would give me 3 strength. But see, I have 1 strength on this builder. So I have 1, and then I'm going to do 2, 3, right? So I'm going to discard those 2 cattle plus this to get 3 strength. Now when I discard 2 cattle, I have to take 1 exhaustion. It goes in my discard pile. But yeah, I'm going to take one of these 3 strength ones, and I'm going to take it from here because obviously I don't want to help red. Oh no, I am red. So I absolutely want to take this one. And then I have a bigger dilemma of do I put it here or here? And here you can see I have 0 money. I need 6 money to do that. So this guy's just going to stay there as a 2-point thing at the end of the game. And so now I draw back up to 4. And now I got myself a nice hand of cards. So we got the perfect hand, but I want to get Granjeros. My problem is I have 1 strength, and then I have to bust up my cards to do it. I also don't have enough money because I wanted to make them employees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight in and deliver. So we start at the top, nothing. We're going to hand in 2, 4, 6, 7 worth of cows again. So 5, 6, 7. And then we have to choose our disc. So I can go to the same place. Oh, by the way, blue has to take an objective. So blue is trying to do train stuff. So blue doesn't like any of these objectives. I'll take this one. I think you can choose to refuse to take one. I think blue's going to refuse to take one. These all look like they're going to be really hard to achieve. The compass does mean something. A while ago I paused it because I said this middle thing shouldn't be here. So in a 2-player game, there's a middle disc that looks exactly like this, but it covers all 4 of these middle spots. So in a 2-player game, only this spot and this spot are available. These are all covered up. And I think that was wrong, because in a 2-player game, I would swear to you that all 3 of these were available. And so that's something that's broken with this particular software. Alright, getting back to this. Which one do I unlock? I'm going to unlock the strength, of course. Why was I thinking so hard on that? And I will do. Oh, that's right. I was trying to decide, is blue really going to take one of these? And then the compass thing. What does the compass thing mean? That's right. I am being a scatterbrained professor here. Alright, those are the neutral buildings. That doesn't do me any good. That looks like a compass. Hmm. Oh, come on. This is that cover thing I was telling you about. See right there. That looks like a compass. And then see how that says north? I see. So that means you got to be in the northern part of a city. That's what that means. North. See right there's your compass. Okay, I get it. 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 That was. I think that I'll take this one for blue. I know I keep changing my mind. All right, so now it's to us, and we got to decide. And I'm going to go ahead and go with this one, and then we have to pay 1, 2, 3, 4 because we have no grain, and I took my disc off already and put it there. So yeah, the 4 grain was painful. Okay, next we go to white. We're all in the same spot, so it's just a matter of what are they going to do. The cattle are ready for hand in. No, they're not. We have 2 of the same kind. Yeah, so we are going to go here. We're going to gain one of these, and then we're going to see if we can remove a strength of something. The black cattle have 2 strength, and I have an extra. So the problem is I have no other strength on the board. There's a bunch of high strength granjeros except for this one. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do a 2 and a 3. And in doing so, we gain an exhaustion card. But we're going to get this guy off the board. And we don't have the money to afford this, so that situation is done. So now we end our turn. 1, 2. It is what it is. Alright, now we go to the blue again. And blue is going to go here. We don't have identical cards. We get to move our train 1 space. So blue will do that. I don't know if that was worth it, but sure. Red, coming to the end. They do have the ideal hand for 7. I need to, like, I don't know, not have these so close together, I guess. So anyways, 5, 6, 7. And then I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 if I want to put the disc where I want it to go. Red is going for buildings, so we're going to, I think this is handy for everybody to do this. And then red gets an objective. Ooh, the building ones are the best. And yeah, we'll take this one unless red already has, they already do, they have a green one. So let me take this back. We already have that one, or we will have that one satisfied pretty easily. So we will do that, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. There she be. We forgot stuff. On my turn, I was supposed to do this. So for me, I would have done 1, 2, 3. And now for red's turn, they would have done 1, 2, 3, and this goes there. See, this is an interesting one. So now the white player is going to have to pay a tax just to deliver the cattle. Okay. So that was all just finishing up red's turn. So now it's back to us. And we didn't draw our hand. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I have identical cards, so I'm going to go in here and remember it used to be $4. Now we're only getting 2. It's a lot worse. So 1, 2 equal cards. We're going to get $2 for it, and then we get to move our train 1. But same as the rules before, we get to skip over, so we get a bonus move. And then we get to draw 2 cards. Now we go to white. And yeah, white has to pay a tax here of 1. And that 1 tax goes to him. And then, okay, then white does normal stuff. We could use our 2x cards, but I think we're just going to go 2, 4, 6. And that gives him $6. We're going to grab this one. A 6 would go here, potentially. Sure, we'll do that. That causes them to lose 4 coins, though. And then he gets to grab one of these. And I think, like, these ones with the cows would be nice, but I don't know if he's going to get the Granja thing. This one looks like a reasonable one to try to do. Alright, so his turn's over. And then we are back to blue, who can go this way or this way, and blue will go this is like getting 2 coins. And he has an exhaustion. This is a perfect time for blue. He's going to go here. He has one worker, so he's going to gain 1 grain. And then it gets to destroy an exhaustion. So that's always good. And those are the 2 actions he gets to do. But I think that's a good turn. Next we go to the red player, who is sitting here. This would cost me 2 coins, and then I would get 2 coins. If I went and did that, red does not have identical anything. So I'm going to do exactly that. I'll spend the 2 coins and then get the 2 coins. So this causes these both to go up 1. And the interesting idea here is if I get enough strength to remove these, I get my money back. And so my money didn't really change hands. And then also, I can discard a card, but it has to be a cow card, not an exhaustion card, to get a certificate. So I will discard a silver, gain another certificate. I like it. Alright, now we're on the yellow. I see no reason to do this. I do want to, because I have 2 strength now. I'm trying to get to the point where I can start to get some strength going, but from my perspective, I need to... and we don't have our exhaustion card either. So this is sort of nice, because here we're at least saving 2 gold, because we're going to gain a grain. And then instead of doing the exhaustion half, I will do the auxiliary half, and I'm going to gain 1 money. Okay, now we go to white. And I'm turtling a little bit, and I don't know why I would go fast with some of these. Although, when this moves down one more time, all the yellow ships are shipping out. So if you want, to get your stuff on a yellow ship, now's the time. So, we're doing the white player, and the cards are not drawn yet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I do have identical cards, so we're going to go here, get $2, because we need it, and then we can move the train 1 space, which the really nice thing is we get 2 bonus movement there. So that's why that was worth it for white. Now we go to blue. Do I try to get a cattle? Getting a cattle is always good, even if you're doing train stuff. So we're going to go here. We'll sell the black for $2. And then we, see, he actually has 2 cowboys because wasn't able to buy one of those last time. So with 2 cowboys, we can buy one of these for just $2. Or that for 4. But I think, yeah, we're going to buy this one for $2. And I already realized my mistake here. So we have a blue one for blue. And I believe we have a blue one for him. Right there. Alright, then we draw back up. Red. Okay, we did this, and now we're going to go here and gain a grain, because I'm realizing that grain is, I mean, again, it's just $2, but it's still, $2 means something, and then we're going to get rid of an exhaustion. And red's turn is done. Next we go to yellow. Do I want to buy a cattle? I do. I have 2 cowboys, so let's definitely buy a cattle. And can I get 2 coins for a black? Yes, I can. So I will do that, and I'm actually going to do the same thing. I'm going to buy this for the same 2 coins. And so I also have a blue. Alright, now we get to gray, who has an exhaustion, so yes, he will come over here. He'll also get a grain and get rid of an exhaustion. Turn over. Blue. We got this. It's only one space, but I actually get to move 3 spaces if I do it. So why would I not do that? So yeah, we're going to do that, and then we get to move 1 space, which bumps all the way to 4. And then 2 auxiliary, which could be draw cattle, discard, or just gain a buck. Which do I prefer? I think for now I'm going to gain a buck. Next up is red. Red. Buying cattle is always good, but red only has 3 bucks. I can sell this for 2. He only has 1 cowboy, so he'll spend a bit more for a cattle. I don't think he likes to do that one. This would give an objective. I think I want to go all the way to here. So I can sell a green for 2 bucks. And then I have 2 builders, so I could spend 4 bucks to build one of these level 2 buildings, which this one would let me get a grano and an exchange token. And this one would let me, for every pair of workers, I can gain a certificate and 2 grain. I mean, that's really powerful. I wanted to do this one, but this one just looks so good. We're going to do this one first, and I'll explain why in a second. First of all, I want the synergy here, and this is another wheat spot, so this will make it worth 4 gold now, right? So that's number 1, and I only have to spend 2 gold, so if I could figure out how to hire an employee, I don't know if I can, but I want to be able to have a chance to buy one of these, and I only can get 2 gold for each cow, so I don't think that's going to be possible. Alright, so now we're to yellow. What do we want to do? Well, we once again get a huge bonus to our train if we go here, so I am going to take that because that bump is nice. I could go here for 1 coin, get 2 points, and then I can get rid of a worker for this. I don't know if I'm ready to do that. I don't know if I'm ready to do this either. I mean, if I do, it puts me out of the loop so people can't jump over me anymore. How many coins do I have? I have 7. So yeah, I will pay 1 because then I get rid of one of my discs. Yeah, that's a great opportunity to get rid of a disc, so I will do that. So I do that, and then I have 2 auxiliary actions, which I will use to get 2 coins back. So I actually made a profit off of that. Alright, next up is white. They are for sure going to buy some cattle. I don't have any blacks to give. I only have $4, but that's enough because it only costs 2 to get something, and he's going to get a red. And so that's the first one to get a red. Okay, then we go to blue. We can move the train once, get an auxiliary, gain an objective. I'm not a big fan, so we're going to go all the way to hire. Well, does he want to build a building? Blue had an objective that had weird stuff on it. he does need to build one building. He's got $8. It would cost $2 to build a building, but he does have a green, which will give him that $2. So it'll be free. And you can buy one of these ones that has like the auxiliary plus a movement. That's never a bad one. And it'd be nice to put it like right in front of a like one of these train ones, right? So put it here so blue can always move the train and get an auxiliary, and then move the train and get another auxiliary. I mean that's not horrible. Um, yeah, we'll do that, and basically it costs nothing to do, and that also helps me to fulfill my objective that I'm gonna get. So that's a good move. And we gain a cattle. Next up is red. Red wants to hire for sure. They can get rid of a white for $2. They are set up for a perfect delivery. They already had one. I think we're going to do the white for $2 because otherwise they're not going to be able to hire somebody. And you know what? I can't hire somebody anyways, so let me rethink my life choices here. Yeah, I can't go there. So then I'm gonna go here. That gives me a certificate, and then I have one strength. I would need 6. That's not a... No, I'm not doing that either. I'm actually gonna go... So this would be 1, 2, there's 3. We're gonna go 4. So we lose a coin. And then we're gonna do this. So put in our hand, we got 7. 5, 6, 7. We have one grain, and it's always going to be a white token. I'm actually going to do the strength one, and it's either here or lower. So we know that when this moves down, the yellows are going to be delivered. So I could go to the 6, but I'm actually going to go here because that gets me to the level 2, which is going to get me some grain. And that only cost me 1 grain, which I have. I thought I had. Did grain... I went to the grain spot. I had to have. So yeah, I'm spending my 1 grain now. And then I don't have to lose any of my money either. I think that's a good move. I did lose 1 money here, but that's... Yeah, I'm happy with that. I keep forgetting that after I do this, I gotta do this. So we gotta refill. We're gonna put a blue out, and then a which one? And then a yellow. So yeah, we're gonna make it worse. The other thing is if you start building a lot of buildings here, this can start taxing people, and then they have to go through here. There's some interesting dynamics here. I feel like the game's flying though. Red's done. Now we go to us on yellow. We're way back here. I don't have any interest in this. The whole objective thing is always stressful for me. So 1. Do I want to build a building is the next question. We already did. So I'm going to go 2 and then 3. And we get to do 2 of these, so I'm going to go up to 10. Right? And then I get to move 1 more, which lets me hire. So I can spend a white for $2. I have... So in my case, I want to hire people with strength. So it just depends on where they are and what they do. Right here, these are the cheapest ones. So I got another cowboy, which would probably help me the most since I'm already one down on the cowboy. And then this lets me destroy a card for 2 coins. Destroy a card and gain 2 coins, and we can verify that. Um, let's see. Oh, come on, here it is. Gain 2 pesos and remove one of your hand cards. And remove is from the game. It's not discard. So yeah, I want to buy this guy for 7 pesos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to gain 2 back. And then I get to destroy a card, which will be this one. So I can take it out of the game. I'm fine with that. And now we got 3 cowboys. So I draw 1. And of course I get that card. Now if I deliver my cattle like this, this actually gets destroyed. So it's the equivalent of going here. So I will be able to get rid of it. Just means I don't have as much cattle. I'm only going to have value of 5, which might be fine. Alright, and white is where? They're back here. So if we move the train, we do get a free bump, so I get to move twice. I don't know how valuable that is. We got a lot of cards we'd like to get rid of. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm going to take the double bump, and then I will shuffle, and I get to draw and discard, and then draw and discard. Now the cool thing here is 2 of my silvers are gone and all my new cattle are in here, so I got some nice value even though I do have duplicates right now with the green. But if I go here and build another building, which I don't have to, but this would be nice to put right in front of the cattle, then I can get rid of one of my green and build it for free. Alright, so blue is up. Blue for sure wants to hire. We got a white. I can sell for 2. I don't know if I have to though. Depends on what I'm hiring. I'm hiring one of these dudes. So this would be 7. This is 8. Sure, we'll get one of these for 7. And that lets me destroy a card. And we'll destroy one of these. The question is, do I want to sell this to get $2 back? And you know what? No, I don't, because I can't afford another person. So yeah, I'm just gonna go back up to there. Okay, next we go to red. Red has never moved their train. It's sort of funny, but we've got to draw our 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I do have 2 black. I can sell for $2. That just seems like it's not a good deal. Moving our train 1 space seems almost silly. Although, see, now that 3 of us have trains here, we only have to move to this space and pay him. We don't have to pay him. Only red has to pay both. Right now. I think I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 with him. So we will have to pay 2 coins. and then we're gonna get 4 coins when we go here. So I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna give himself 2 more, and then we got to do an auxiliary action, which I did the draw a card, discard a card. Uh, I probably should have done the money ones. Yeah, I'm just gonna take 1 money then, and that's fine. So yeah, we gave him money, these guys, but at some point I may use my cattle to, and then just a reminder, I can always end my turn on one of these guys and just I'm only going to target one of them, and I can get them to join my side. All right, we're now on to my turn. Since I'm here, I only have to pay this guy, or I can go to a certificate and start plowing. And I am at $7, so I'm going to do that. We're going to gain a certificate, and I want to use my cattle to get strength. So this is a big target, right? Because I'll get $2 back, but I have to get 7 strength to do it. Obviously, these are targets as well, and then these ones are nice. Like there's a lower one here for 5. I think it's going to depend on how much strength I can muster. I have 1, 2, 3 strength without lifting a finger. So if I want to get to 5 strength, I would have to discard one of these cards. Otherwise, this is only 4. Or I could do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can get to 7 if I'm willing to discard both these cards. And I am, because I get an exhaustion for 1 card or 2. So I might as well discard 2. And I'm going to do the 7 because I want to grab this guy. And that gives me the $2 that comes with him. So I gain $2 with him. And I do not want him here. I want to flip him over for here. So I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that gives me a green. Now I got a big mess here. I'm going to flip these over, shuffle, shuffle, and go back up to 3, and then 4. I drew a nice card there. Alright, white's turn. Where are you? Here. They're pretty far back, but we're going to move to here. Am I going to build a building with white? Yes, the answer was yes. Because we're going to sell a green for 2, and then build a building for 2, and we're going to do this one and stick it right in front of build it by a cow. And the idea is then we can just use our auxiliary to gain some money to help us buy that cow. Bring that back up. So now we go to blue. Blue has to decide, are they going to do the certificate? They do have 2 strength here that they can use to try to get one. That's only a 5. I think blue's going to do it. We're going to grab the certificate, and then they have 1 strength here. This would be 2 strength, 3 strength, and that's 5. That's going to cause blue to get 2 exhaustion. I don't know if that was worth it, but then they get this one for 5, and I'm either going to do 2 victory points, or yeah, I'm doing 2 victory points. I don't have any money. Yeah, I don't know if that was worth it. We gained what, 1 certificate and 2 victory points, but here we go. 2, 3, 4. Okay, red is up. Red. We can gain a grain. That's probably worth it. Save some money. And then we could just do an auxiliary, which we will gain another money. Alright, I know I'm turtling here, but yellow can go, has to go here, and then can exit with the train. But it doesn't matter, it's the same either way. We're going to have to pay 1 coin to that dude. And now we're here, and we do our hand. This gets destroyed. 2, 3, 5, 6 value. So we get $6. And I could spend... Which one of us hasn't gone here yet? White hasn't gone there. I'm at 6 value. I think I'm going to take that, and so I'm going to go here or here. I think I want to go here because this is going to kick off soon. So that's going to cost me 1 grain. And one thing I can explain to you is the reason these got switched in order, like this used to be first and then you cashed in your cattle, because you have to load your cattle and pay for your grain, and this could cause the ships to take off, depending on which one of these you select. So I'm going to grab that one, and that one, and that one. And that's it for yellow. That's not bad. Got $8 coming in. Now we go to white, who will eventually go hire somebody. Here, we'll do this for $2. Nope, we can't hire anybody because he has no money. So if I go here, I'm actually going to be able to load a ship without blue. But yeah, we're going to go here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means we have to spend another coin. And yeah, we got 2, 4, 6, 7. We got a full value. We have 1 grain. And I'm going to spend 2 for the other one. Get this out. And we're going to put it on the 7 here. Let's him grab an objective. We're going to grab the 18 here. Alright, so that's done. Then we grab 3 of these. So let's see, orange or blue. We're going to get the blue one out. This is going to move down. No, this one. Okay, so we triggered the ships, which means blue's missing out on the possibility of putting another token there. But we gotta now resolve this. So this ship comes to Le Havre. There's nothing on it. This ship also comes to Le Havre, and it's got a Roman numeral 2. So that means yellow and red both get dropped off there, and they both get 2 grain. So yellow gets 2, and red gets 2. And then the last ship is this one that also goes here, and the red and the yellow and the blue go on that side because it's got a Roman numeral 1. And actually that does not go to Le Havre. Those go to Rotterdam. And I need to lock these. so we don't cause mayhem. Yeah, gotta pay attention to the anchor color. So these two were bronze, but this one was silver. So Le Havre got these guys. Nobody went here, and then three of us went here to Rotterdam. I think it's a really cool mechanic. And then I'm noticing that the white must have fallen off of that one. That would have been the 7. So yeah, all four of us were here. Because white just delivered, and I think they went on to, yeah. So all four of us were on the 7 one in Rotterdam. So now what happens is we now replace these three with two more. So we got this one, which is a 4, and then this one, which is a 16. So the 3 is going to creep up, the 4 goes in, and you can see it's just victory points. And you can never have your token on the ship more than once. So once you put a token here to get those 2 victory points, you can never claim that ship again. That's sort of the issue. And then here you can see we can grab these 3 and shift them up. And then the 16, I just did a bad job of shifting up. 16 is going to insert itself right there. And we're good to go. Very cool mechanic. Alright, next up is, who was that even went? That was white. So next up is blue, who is going to come here, have to pay 1. And we got to make sure he pays the 1. And then we get here to deal with this. So blue can spend grain right now to move out of Rotterdam. It costs 2 grain to go here, 1 grain to go here, 4, and 7. So you can see there's a lot of victory points if you're willing to spend 7 grain. Now blue has 1 grain, so these are the ones that are available. This one, right now it's 2 victory points if I just leave it here. I'm dropping to 1 victory point if I go here, but I gain $6. That's the interesting conundrum with this. And I think for me, this is a no-brainer. At this stage of the game, I want the money for blue, or anybody who plays this character. So we're going to take the $6 and move over and at least have 1 victory point for it. Because now anybody else who does it, yeah, they're going to get some nice money, but that's all they're going to get. And the grain does go to 0, though. And now we have to deal with this stuff. So their cattle cards get sold for 2, 4, 5. So they get 5 more. And now they're going to have to deal with the grain problem, though. So they come out here. The 5 was the Le Havre over here, but they missed it. So they're going to go here on the 3. It only costs 1 grain, but they do get to... that's a bronze anchor. So that means they're going to go here to Le Havre in the second phase. But anyways, that costs them 2 gold, though. So they do lose some of that money that they just worked hard for. And now they're done, and so red gets to go. Now, red has $13. Remember, red is all about the buildings, but there's no reason to ignore cattle. So we get $2 for this, which is going to make it 15, but they only have 1 cowboy, so they are going to be in a little bit of pickle. But they can buy this one for $5. It's going to have a delivery value of 3. They're not necessarily worried about victory points. It's the delivery value of 3 that they want. So they do that. That's going to cost them 5. It's a little expensive, but I think in the long run that's going to be worth it for them, because they definitely are going to need some variety in their cows. Now it's to us. We are at the beginning, and I forgot to draw my 4 cards. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We do have 2 identical. that we could sell for $2 and then move our train. I don't know how exciting that is, but I'll do it. We're gonna grab our $2, sell these 2 cattle, and move our train 1 space, which we do get a bonus bump. So yeah, I'm okay with that. And 1, 2. Next up is white. Are they going to do the same thing? We don't know because they haven't drawn their 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I mean, they got 2 whites, so yeah, we could do that. He needs money, right? Because we're going to be buying cattle. We want to buy employees. So we're going to do that. And then he also gets to move his train, which for him is a double bump. So he's getting really good value on his train movement, even though he only has 1 engineer. So have we. We've all been piggy hopping over each other. Red missed out, and then blue is going to miss out now too. Although blue's the one who has 2 engineers, so actually no, they're not. So blue is going to go here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're going to sell the 2 whites. Get $2. Now I got to be careful because I just noticed I sold all 3 whites here. So that may not be a good move. And red, by the way, purchased a cream cow. So we did that, and now we have 2 engineers. So that means gets to move 1 and then 2. The question is do we go here and deal with all this? That's +1 grain when delivering cows, but it's not +1 grain for the city stuff. It's very important to distinguish that. Then 3 points for every 2 objective cards. That's not horrible. Alright, so it just costs 1 coin. Can easily afford that, and we can take a white token, put it in there. The bigger challenge is, do I want to lose a cowboy or an engineer? If I lose the cowboy, I get to gain another 2x marker. If I lose the engineer, I get to destroy another card from my hand. The engineers are where it's at, although sometimes losing them and getting them back to regain that bonus again and again is not a horrible thing. Going down to 1 cowboy is going to be a little problematic. Although none of these are even available, so everything's expensive. You know what? We're going to go down to 1 cowboy. So we're going to bring this out, and that gives us a grain for the rest of the game. So that's a really good one. The 2 objectives for 3 points. We actually have 1 objective, so I guess, we got to be mindful. But yeah, this is part of playing the train game, so we'll see how that turns out. And then we draw back up to 4. Red is back here. Red has no interest in any of this. They're going to go build a building. They do have a green they can sell for 2. They sort of have a nice cow lineup, so I don't know if I want to disrupt that. They have 2 builders, so they can build. This is the one they want to build, and that would be $4, which puts them to 6. Are they going to be able to afford somebody? They want another builder. Yeah, they can do it. All right, so we're going to put this on where? So ideally, I want to put it. Oh no, that's a wheat. Yeah, that's perfect. We're going to put it right there. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, so now this is going to be worth $6. Okay, yellow's up. We're at 4 grain with yellow. I'm contemplating, do I even need to go here? I do have two grain guys though. I mean, that's the whole point of this. So yes, I do want to go here because now I'm up to 5 grain. I don't have a card to destroy, so that means I get to do one auxiliary action. Um, do I gain the money or do I do this to get rid of one of these? Because I don't know how I'm going to get rid of those otherwise. I guess I got tokens. I'm going to gain the money. It's just one. Alright, next we go to white. They need money. They didn't draw back up to their hand size. And they have a exhaustion card, so yeah, they're going to go there for sure. Gain a grain, which is like the equivalent of $2. Get rid of an exhaustion card. And then draw back up. Oop, they got one of their shiny new guys. And then blue has the same dilemma. They got an exhaustion, so I think that's a no-brainer for them. Get the $2 from the grain. Get rid of the exhaustion. Draw back up. They got their objective card. So now that brings us to red, who is for sure going to go here. And I need to look this up, but I read this as every 2 workers I have, I get a certificate, which I think is super bonkers. Why am I not seeing it? For each pair of 2 farmers next to your player board. So it's farmers. That's a symbol for farmers. Okay. Oh, I got confused. Yeah. So it's the pink. These guys. So I don't get any. That's not worth it. The 2 green is, though. Getting up to 5 grain. Yeah, that's worth it. Alright, now we're going to yellow. I think I want to buy a cow. So we can discard a black for 2, which I don't have. We have $11. We have 3 cowboys. And these are not really helpful, although it would have been nice to get 2 of these for 5. This is a 7 strength cow. So getting that for $4, I know it's not worth much, but I want to use it to get these guys. So that's something to consider. The other thing is with 3, I can spend $6 to get one of these 4s, which will greatly help my value. I do not have 4 guys though. If I buy this for 1, then the price becomes 11. And then I'm spending $15. I don't even have $15. So as much as I do want this card, I think I'm going to just use all 3 of mine and spend 6. Ooh. I do need to still hire somebody. But yeah, we'll do the 6. And then we get to grab one of these. And let's grab the one that's worth 5. And yellow has 1. Okay, next we go to white. And they for sure want to buy a cow. So first we're going to go here for 2. And we're going to grab them $2 so they can afford their cows. And then white's going to go here. Can hand in a black for $2. We have 3, 5, 7, 8. So we can get on the purple one here. I don't think I need to disrupt it because let's just see. We have 2 cowboys. Um, $10. If I want a purple, I gotta spend 11. Or otherwise, I'm spending 11. Wow. All right. Well, we're gonna do this for $2, and then we're gonna spend 11. We gotta get the cows, folks. This is the whole point of this particular player. I don't know how I guess I was out of money, and I didn't couldn't afford somebody. I'm out of money again, which is not a good situation. But we did get ourselves a really beautiful cow, and we'll add that to our list. And so white's got their first purple. Yeah, I'm in a little bit of a pickle here. All right, so now we got blue. $10. They get the same dilemma. They only have one cowboy. When you look at what's out here to purchase, they're spending $11, or they're doing nothing. We're gonna go ahead and play this. That gives them a grain, and you can see here they need a 4. They already have a 3. So yeah, we're gonna sell the black for $2 and then spend 11. Am I really gonna do that though? Because I need money for hiring a person. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get the brown cow. And now we have this one satisfied. Draw 2 cards. And now to red. Alright, let's try to hire an employee. Red needs a builder. They don't need to spend a lot of money for one. They are trying to buy strength sometimes, but this is way too expensive. That's $6. So let's get a $6 one. And we're going to sell this for 2. And we need to because look at this. This is going to let me build a building where each builder is cost 2. So the problem is, yeah, I need $4 for this. We don't have $4. I'm still gonna buy it because that means I can build any of these buildings. But yeah, I can't afford to build a building, even though it's giving me a free action to do so. That blows. All right, now we go to yellow. Got a similar dilemma with yellow. I do have the ability to do the skippity hop if I'm willing to delay my purchase. And you know what? I will, because that also lets me get 2 gold. So I'm going to do skippity hop and take $2 because I need it to purchase people, places, and things. White. They have the same dilemma. They're down to $1. Yeah, we're gonna go here. They're gonna hippity hop and also collect $2. Next up is blue. Yeah, because we spent all of our money. So collect your $2 and hippity hop with the blue as well, which is going to be a lot actually. They're going to get to skip several spaces and go all the way up to there. And then I think because they have 2, yep, they're going to be able to go here. And this is where it becomes a real dilemma. Do you spend the 2 gold, put another one out, and then that lets you just take 2 green right now. I'm not going to be able to afford a worker. I will. So no, I'm not going to spend the 2 gold. We're good to go there. Red. This game's a little tighter. I feel like the desire to skip spaces is much lower because I need everything to be able to do everything I want to do. Um, I like for that reason. So red is here. We've been trying to do stuff like this. So let me see if how's our strength situation look. We have 2 strength, and then we have cows we can use. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna gain a certificate. We have 2 strength, and then this would make it 4. Let's figure out which one we're gonna get rid of. There's a 5 there. There's a 4 there. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the 2 grays because that'll make it 4 strength. We could grab one of these. So then it becomes a question of, do we want the this, or can I afford the 6? I can't afford the 6 because there's no money on this guy. So we're just going to take the 2. So this was just really a way to get rid of a cow. Or some gray cows. And then we get to grab... Yeah, that becomes a much nicer hand. Alright, that works. That works. And then, eventually we're going to get the blacks, right? So, yellow. I'm going to go here. And discard the green. Well, let's decide. I may not have to discard the green for $2. Actually, and we're not even going there. We're going to go here. I'm going to collect $2 from that. And then we're going here to hire. So I would be deciding if I want to discard the white. So I got to look at the situation here. I want guys with strength, like this guy, or these guys. And there's a builder here for $6. So I'm going to go ahead and take that one. And that's $6. And I get another 2x token. Which I think I'm going to use before I cash in. But I can maybe go here and try to get something worked out. Because, like I said, you can hand these in for strength. So it's not always the end of the road. Having 4 cowboys is great. We're going to white. So right now, we're both doing cowboys, and I seem to be out cowboying the cowboy. And I don't understand how that worked out that way, but it did. And I think it's because they've been buying cows where I'm not necessarily as focused on that. But we'll see. White is definitely going to move to... So this is 1, 2, 3. So that is a white cow for $2, which they don't have. He has $3 here. He can't afford to... Yeah, this is horrible. So here's what you can do. You could turtle. Because remember, anytime you go to a neutral space, you could do the auxiliary action instead. This would let us sell a green cow for $2. So I'm going to turtle by going here. We get to gain an objective. And white built a building. I don't know if the other objective had a building on it. But like, for example, this looks like a pretty easy one to get. We have an orange one of these. But yeah, so we'll grab this one as an objective. And then we get an auxiliary, which we can use to take the coin. Get us one step closer to being able to afford someone. And then the train does move by 1, which goes there. And yeah, we're abandoned. Then we go to blue. We want to hire somebody. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I can discard a white. Now look at this nonsense. They don't have enough to hire somebody. They don't have a white. So blue's got to do something similar. We're going to go here. And you know what? They need an objective because that's part of their endgame scoring. So that part's fine. Blue already has a purple. But not. Looks like they have a brown too. I didn't mark it, did I? I'm doing a horrible job of that. So yeah, blue's going to take this one. Oh, no. This one. Yeah. So that was step 1. Step 2 is an auxiliary. These are horrible cows. I should take a dollar. But if I draw and discard... Yeah, we're going to draw and discard. There we go. We got a black. We're going to discard a gray. And then it gets to move. 1, 2. Nope, just 1. Because it's not based on our engineers. Alright, red is next. Red is going to go here. They do have to pay $1 to this guy. First thing red can do is spend grain to move their tokens. So red has a token here and another one there. So red has a lot of grain. They have 5, and we're going to spend 4 of the grain to take this token. And, I think, I can't remember who had the objectives for the different compasses, but so red's going to spend 4 grain and go here and get $8 and 4 victory points. I mean, it's just win-win-win. The big thing was it cost a lot of grain. And then here you can see it's 2, 4, 6, 7 is the value of the cows. So 5, 6, 7. And there is no 7 ship though, so we got to be careful. If I can get to 9, I can get rid of a black. So I have 2 certificates, so I'm going to do exactly that and make it 8, 9. And we're going to get rid of this so we can increase our hand size. And red's well on his way. So we're going to put that on the 9 ship. But that costs 4 grain. So this is 1, and then 2, 3, 4. But we had the money. That was worth it. So got that on there. And last but not least, we got to do this. So... put that out. 2. Okay. Next is going to be the cattle. But we now draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Red's doing good, very good, and the this little mechanism is going to get him some nice money. And I actually think red is going to start considering buying the strength cow because moving these out of the way is going to get him things. So, coming back to yellow, we bought our person. The question is do we want to raise up a certificate and do a strength check thing? We do have a strength issue, but we have 2, 4, we have 5 value, that would be 6. We just proved you need to get up to 9 to make it worthwhile. if I go here and take the certificate, that is always good. And then what can I do? I'm not necessarily interested in the ones that have the money on them. Just whichever one's the easiest to grab. And the lowest one is a 5. I'm helping red, but um, my situation is I have one, two, three. Oh, I have 4. So if I do this one for 5 and this one for 6, that does give me a. Is there a 6 out here? Yeah, there's plenty of them. And some of them even have money on it. So I could take one of his and take his money with it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So we get this guy, which gives us $2. And I am 1 money short from being able to do this. Oh, you jerk. I That's fine. I got one for objective purposes, I guess. So then it becomes a matter of, okay, which color should I use if I have objectives, right? I don't even know if I have one. That's all right. We will. I would have liked to have been able to put him here, but these are so pricey. Um, so yeah, now we get to draw 2 more cards, and we got that situation again. So we set ourselves backwards. We're definitely not gonna unlock a black anytime soon here. All right, next one is white. They have money issues, but I think we're gonna go here, and as long as they have a green, they can get $2 for it. But I think, see, there's cowboys for $5, so we're just going to do an auxiliary action and gain $1. I know that sounds silly, but that is what we're going to do because I want to be able to. I do want to be able to hire a cowboy. 3 cowboys is way better than 2, and I'm just forcing it. So blue, similar boat. They're trying to get some money so they can hire somebody, and they can sell a green for $2. They're not going to build a building. That's all they're going to do. They're just going to take the $2. So both of them are scraping the barrel there. Red, of course, is back up to the top. Did red do? Yes, they did. They did. They did. So does red want to do that? They got so many duplicates, it's not even funny. So they go here and take $2. And they get to move their train 1 space. Yeah, that's it for them. Oh, they do have to discard the 2. And there's a bunch of stuff. Some shenanigans there. Okay, now we got to ourselves, and we are nowhere near. So I'm gonna have to. I don't have to spend the $1 because we can go here and then up. So that saves us the $1 at least. Nothing else really. This gets destroyed because we delivered with the exhaustion, and we have basically 2, 4, $5 worth of cows. And let's look at our ship situation. The 5 is gone. We're nowhere near the 9. The next one to bump is going to be these, so I can't do the 6. I mean, the 3 is not bad, and that actually gets us to level 2. So it's another white token. I mean, I can make it 6 or 7, but I don't think that matters. Oh, before we do it, we would spend grain, but let's finish our thought here. I'm going to. I guess I'm going to take this one off. And I'm okay with putting it here for 1 grain. But before I did that, I would have had a chance to do something up here. So I have a chance to move that one or this one. And I have 4 grain to spend. So I will for sure do this and get $6. And some victory points. My grain goes back to 0. I still think that's a great thing to do. We sold our stuff, and now we do our 4, 5, and 6. So I will do put that in there on him, and then this one for 5, and that for 6. It does cause the cow market to happen, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, very interesting. Yellow's done, white is next. And yeah, now we want to go here and try to hire somebody. We got $5. We're going to spend the $5. Need to get a cowboy. And unfortunately, I don't have anything to destroy. But do we get the $2 for that? I think we do. Gain 2 pesos and remove one of your hand cards. So, yeah, we'll gain 2 pesos, and then we're going to remove this one. And I believe I forgot to gain the 2 pesos for this one whenever I removed one of our hand cards, which, by the way, we draw 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I forgot I have to build 2 buildings. And then white bought their 3rd worker. And yeah, they got themselves a good final hand there. Blue should have 4 in their hand. That's actually looking good. Blue also wants to recruit somebody. They're at 5. They will spend their 5 because they want this one, which will go here, and they can spend any cow, discard any cow for 1 certificate. Yeah, we'll discard this one, get a certificate, and then end of turn. Yeah. Okay. The good news is this was only worth 1, and that certificate is worth the same. So we actually lost no value, and now we got our 3rd engineer. So that was worth it. Red. Okay, we're going to do bing, bing, bing 4. So 1, 2, 3 is being given up. But we're going to get 2, 4, 6 from this. So he gets a net gain of 1, 2, 3. We get to do 2 auxiliary. Looking at our hand. Should we play this? Yes, we should, because if I have any hope of getting these accomplished, I need them in front of me. This lets us do 3 of the cattle. So I'm going to pick one. And then I can discard one. I'm going to discard that. Pick one. Discard one. And then pick one. Discard one. So that's what that was. We get to do 2 auxiliary. That's all I had. guess I could do it two more times. Pick one, discard, pick one, discard. Oh, and then I have to draw back up to 5. So there we go. Not bad. Now you might be wondering, why didn't I discard this? Well, he's the builder, and the builder always discards a green for $2. So we'll get rid of one of our greens when we get there. Okay, yellow is up. We're at the beginning. I have 2 greens. We're going to go ahead and play our objective card. That gives us $3. We're nowhere near accomplishing this, but it's good to see what we need to do. Do I want to get rid of 2 greens for $2 and move our train? And my answer is yes. I'm going to do this, get $2, and move our train 1 space. And now I got to draw back up, so 2, shuffle, shuffle, 3, and 4. That puts us here. White. Where are you? You're here. The question is, does he need a certificate or not? I'm going to say no, he doesn't. So we're going to go straight. So we go to here, and then we can automatically do this so we don't have to pay these 2 guys. So first thing white can do is deal with his tokens, which he has no grain, so let's not worry about the tokens. Next up is, whoops, he's going to sell his cards, and we got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 alone just from that right there. And then I have another certificate which I can use to make it 11, and we can. We probably should. Although this is going to be delivered before... No, purple's delivered later. That's delivered sooner. Yeah. We should do the certificate, make it 11. And then we owe 4 grains, so I'm going to have to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we get to finally get rid of a black. See, the good news is there's no... this one costs 3 gold to remove, but these no longer cost 5 gold to remove. It's just that thing... the grain cost is so high. But yeah, we're going to put that there, and now we're cooking with Pam. Get the +1 hand size here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Blue. Do they need the certificate? They don't. Yeah, we don't want to do that, so we're going to go straight to here. Well, first of all, white's got to do this. So now we're on to blue. So blue has 2 grain. They don't have any more tokens in the town. So this one's going to get destroyed. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 8, 9. So they're going to get to take this off. Put it on the 9 ship. Pay 2 grain. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They owe 2 more grain, so 1, 2, 3, 4. A little low on money, but now they get to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, look at this. We took too many. Ah, all right. It is what it is, and they have to do this stuff. So we'll do this one. Red. Getting a grain is not hurtful. It's 2 gold. Same as the 2 gold that I spent to get that. And then they can do an auxiliary. So if they really wanted to, but the auxiliary is just going to take another gold. Because red is building up to do big things. Then yellow. We're going to go do a similar thing. Get our 1 grain. Destroy this. And then draw back up. We're one of the few people that don't have this unlocked. In fact, we're the only one that doesn't have this unlocked. Everybody else was able to do it. We're pathetic. And we're falling behind when that happens. Silver. Or white. They're going to go ahead and play this. That lets them move their train 1 space. They're going to hippity hop. I don't think they want to get into this stuff. No, they don't really. They just want to get their train moving. So, what do they want to do with their turn, though? Yeah, we'll go get a grain with them. And 1 auxiliary for a coin. Next up is blue. Play that. That gives them a grain. And yeah, they're going to do this. Gives them 2 coins. And they're going to move their train 3 spaces. They get to skip for 1. And they're going to go here for 2. They're going to pay the 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. And that lets them put out a black, so they're going to increase their hand size again. That's where the train is so helpful. Now, do they want the permanent certificate? And then this is for every 2 strength on a worker. 3 points. I don't know if I want to go for that. Because I don't want to lose my engineer. So I'm just happy that I unlocked the next level. 4, 5, and then 6. Okay, red is up. We're going to go up and we can sell a black and buy a cow. I don't need the money. I'll keep the black. We're not going to do that. We're going to buy, well, I do need the money. 18 looks like a lot, but I only have 1 cowboy, so I will sell the black. I only have 1 cowboy. Yeah, I actually decided I'm going to buy this for 4. And that's the first orange purchased. And draw back up to 5. Okay, now it's our turn. We have 23. We are for sure going to go here. I will sell the black for 2. We have 4 cowboys. And I can buy this for 6 with all 4 cowboys. So I will. And we got ourselves a purple. 5, 6. And we drop back up to our 4. We're very far away from being able to unlock our 9. We got to probably move our train because we might have a better shot of getting here than getting to the 9. White. I'm having a hard time seeing where it is on the board. Oh, there he is. He wants to go here, of course, because he likes buying cows. And yes, we want to do this thing where we gain $2. We're going to sell this cow for 2 more bucks, and then we're going to use our 3 cowboys to buy something. White doesn't have any brown, so we're going to spend $6 and buy one of those brown right now. 4, 5. Okay, back to blue. He's got some decent cards already. Gonna gain a grain. And yeah, we gotta gain the money. We're so low on money. It's not even funny. That rhymed. Okay, red. 1, 2, 3. We're going here for sure. Gonna sell one of these greens for sure for $2. And then we're gonna build like we've never built before. We have 3 guys. So this one, let's look up what that one is. Move your grain marker 2 spaces forward, always good. Place one of your player discs from your player board onto K1 in Rotterdam. And Rotterdam's the middle one. It's not horrible. And then this one, of course, lets us move a disc. We're going to gain 3 grain, 3 gold, and move a disc. That's really good too, and it's more grain than this is. I think we're going to do this one, and that's going to cost us 6, because it's 2, 4, 6. If I put it on these wheat things, then we get more money. And I want to make sure it's in my path, right? The red train is way down here, so I could actually put like it here because it doesn't matter. I could just bounce from here, then to here, and then move on my way. I think up here would be more helpful because they could get the money earlier. But I actually like the idea of having it right here. So yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll put it there. And now this is going to be $2, $4, $6, $8 when we go here. That's the idea. You got to make your money. So red is done. Now it's yellow. We said we needed to move our train. So let's do that, although we're only going to have to move it 1 space because we're behind now. I don't know if that's worth it. How are we doing? We got 19 money. I would like to get rid of stuff. We're going to go 1, 2. Do I want to build something? That's the next question. Yeah, I do, because I only have one house out here. Actually, ideally, I would like to build this. So we have this, which I could upgrade to this, which would let me remove workers with +3 strength and gain a 2x token. It's also a black hand. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to spend my $2 to put this one out, and I will take up the wheat one so red doesn't. That's a black hand, which means I get paid every time somebody goes through it. And with these three guys here, this actually is going to work out okay. Okay, yellow's done. White. I was supposed to move up and then buy something. So that would have been last turn. I definitely want to buy a cowboy. They only cost $5. And I'd get another 2x token. So I'm down with that. And then now it's this turn for white. One, two. Do I need to build a building? Well, no, I don't even have any money. But I'm going to go here anyways so I can sell one of these green for $2. Man, we're in bad shape. Blue. This is going to make them, they owe me $1. And this is for them to buy a cow, which they're not going to be able to. So 1, 2, 3. They're going to go here for 4. And that will let them get $2 for their auxiliary. They move forward 1 space. They can get 2 more bucks for their auxiliary. And then they get to move their train 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Okay, red's up. They don't get any certificates, but they will get 2 grain. That's it for red. Yellow. We're going to go here. I'm going to do the draw and discard twice. 1, 2. And then we bump up again because we get a free move to here. I can sell white for $2. 2, 4, 6, 7. Nope, I'm not going to sell white for $2. We get to buy something, and I think I want to buy the builder because of what we were just talking about. There's builders here with strength on them. They do cost $9, but I can afford it. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm just like racking up the strength points. And we also, with the 2 certificates, are going to get to finally increase our hand size too. Alright, white. Gonna go higher if I can afford it. I don't know if I can. I cannot afford it. So I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Increase that. And then, yes, we're going to try to do one of these just so I can get rid of my cows. So I just got to pick one. I don't need one that's really strong like these 4s. Probably good enough. I'm going to take that 4 right there. Probably not a good idea to get 2 of the same color. But yeah, we'll do it. No strength anywhere. So I need 4 strength from here. So there's 1, 2, 4, which means I'm going to grab 2 of these for the discard pile. But we do get it. That's 2 points. It would have been nice if I'd have. Well, that would have been. There's no money on any of these, so yeah, not worried about it. So then we go 3, 4, and 5. This is still a problem. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We haven't put one on the 9 yet, so he's okay. He's going to be fine. Blue. 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Doesn't need to do anything. So we're going to cruise along with blue. Do I need to build a building? No, it's the cows. I need to hire lots and lots of cows with blue. I didn't buy a cow. Did I just really plow through that? Why did I not? Oh, because I only have one guy. I do need to hire, so we will go here. I can discard a white for $2. I will not. We're going to hire, and I think I want to hire a builder, or I'm sorry, a cowboy. It's either $8 or $8. Or if I do an engineer, it's also $8. That one's $7. If I move my train 2 spaces, it just gets me closer to here, but it doesn't. I know I need another engineer. I fully appreciate and understand that, but I think I want the cowboy because I have this commitment to get all these cowboys or cows, and having 2 cowboys is way better than 1. $7, so I think I have to do this for 2 because it's going to cost me 8 to get one. I might as well get one with a strength on it. Clone, and then this is my problem. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I dropped to 9. I was at 11, which is what I needed. So, but this is only at 4. This is 5. That's 6. I'm at 11, and then I actually have 2 being wasted right now. Not bad, not bad. Okay, red. Try to hire somebody. Yes, we should. We need a builder that will get us $3 once we buy a builder. There's lots of them on here. This one costs 6. That one's 9, but gives us a strength. I think we're going to take that one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're up to 3 strength. And then we get $3 back. And we also get to have a hand size of 5. This is redunculous, but it is what it is. Yellow is next. We are in good shape with our cows. I would like to. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 strength without having to lift a finger. So we're going to go here. Collect our certificate. And with 5 strength, I should be able to remove one of these. So like that one, I can get for $1. That one, of course, as well. I have these ones, which I can also pluck. Why wouldn't I want the $1? I want to grab this one. My reasoning, in case you're wondering, is if another one of these comes out, it's going to go here, and that's going to make it harder to go and do the plowing. So I do that for 5 strength, which I didn't have to do lift a finger for. And then I'm going to spend $6 to put this here, which is going to get me another grain. And I should be getting 3 grain every time I go here. So I'm going to give myself another grain, because technically I was at 2 for this round. I only gave myself 1 grain when I was coming through. That's the whole point of having these guys, is you get a bunch of grain. Alright, so yellow is done. We go to white. And white will take the train to here. First thing they can do is, they only have 1 grain. They're not doing anything with that. They can sell 2, 4, 7, 9. Do they need a 9? Yes, a 9 is good for them. I was going to use one of my ×2 tokens, but we're going to do 9. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. They only have 1 grain, so 2, 4, 6. They do unlock the other one right there. And then they do stuff. So we're going to put out a green one. Do I want the ships to sail? I am the only one on here. I'm the only one on this one. Yeah, they do. So they're going to push this down and make the ship sail, because he's the only one on 2 of those ships. Alright, so this one sails. And we always have to pay attention. It is a bronze 2. So that means these both are going to go here. So yellow and blue are going to get 2 grain each. Okay, that's the first one. This one is going to go in the silver 1, which is Rotterdam. This one is going to go on the black 1, which is Liverpool. Alright, and then technically I don't need all these down here. They're gone. We draw 2 more. So we slide that up, and now we have a 7 and an 8 on the board. Not bad, not bad. White's turn is over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we do this one. Where's blue? The question here is, do they need a certificate? They do have some duplicates. 4. Yeah, we wanted to get to 11, but the 11 ship sailed. So 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A certificate would give them 12. Yeah, they're in trouble. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our first token here. Draw. Discard. Draw. Discard. That was horrible. Do I do it again? I would like more points than this. I'm going to spend another one. Draw. Discard. Hmm. Do I even have a better cow in here? I don't know. I would swear I did. I bought a purple. Purple's not here. I bought a brown and a blue. Unless it's in this. It's not. So that means I'm going to do one more. I just blew all my tokens. Nope. There's the blue. So I did not buy a purple. Why do I have blue on a purple? Alright, so yeah, we're going to cash in. First things first, I have 4 grain. I have 1 blue token here. So I could do either of these two. This is worth 1 victory point. Any of these is better, so I'm going to spend 3 grain to get $5 and still have the 2 victory points. So we're going to get $5, but I do have to spend 1, 2, 3 grain. Okay, now let's hand in our cows. So we have 3, 5, 7, 9, and 4 is 13. 14 is the value of our cows. And then I will spend 1. Oh, I have to go to the certificate, don't I? How badly do I need to get rid of a black? I probably do. Give us 2 points. I mean, I could just do one of these and just get 3 points out of the deal, but I went through all this trouble to get to 14, and it's not enough. So I guess we're going to have to pretend that I didn't go there yet. So I'm going to do this to get a certificate. And I'm not going to do anything about this. Technically, somebody could steal this from me because I'm going in first. And if that's the case, I'll just move to here. The money won't change, just the endpoints. But we're going to just leave this as hanging. We're at 14 points. And I'm going to put that here. We'll resolve it when we finish his turn. We're going to red. Red, of course, has a similar dilemma. Does he push or does he get a certificate? He's at 7. 7 gets him 3 points. 8 gets him on a ship. He does have 1 certificate. Does he want to finish now or... Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. He is going to have to spend $3 just to get through all this because his train is a nightmare. He does like removing strength stuff. He has 1, 2 strength. Yeah, I don't want to spend any cows. He has 3 strength. He would have to spend 1 of his cows. No, we're going to go ahead and finish. So he's going to leap to the end. He has to pay 1, 2, 3 coins. He can do grain stuff. He's at 3. So he could take the 5 coins and the 2 victory points. What would he want to do? Well, I don't know why I wasn't paying attention. This is 6 coins, so he would do the 6 coins and 2 victory points. So we're gonna do that, and then one, two, three grain. So this is still on hold. Then we do this. These two cards get destroyed, and then we have 3 for 5, 6, 7, and this makes it 8. So we get to remove a white one, and we'll put it right there. Nope, this one for 1 grain, and we get an objective. That grain, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're gonna have to spend 2 for the grain. We do get to take an objective card. This one. And all of that's done. Now we get to do this part. If I take this one, since this is full, it gets discarded. I may want to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that and discard it. Then these cost $8. So we'll make that one. And that one cost 8. Alright, he's done. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, now it's to us, and we are for sure finishing. We can take the train and bypass all this. I do want to spend grain to move stuff. I have 2 tokens here. So the question is, do I want the victory points, like the 2 victory points and the 5 gold? I think the answer is yes. So I'm just going to move blue, and we're going to take all of these. So that does give 5 gold. Also, I needed to do a north, so that satisfies that. So does white, which white's in a little bit of trouble, but he can do it here. And then I think that was 1, 2, 3 grain is what that cost. Yes. So we do that, and now we have 2, 4, 6, 7. And then we're going to make this 8, 9. But the 9... Oh, no, the 9's still there. Yeah, good, good, good. We finally get our first... We get off the Schneid. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 2 grain, and then we need 1, 2, 3, 4 for the other 2 grain. So we're able to get our disc on there, thankfully. And I like this Argentina. It's not bad. Do I like it more than the base game? I don't know. It's got some neat concepts. I like this whole shipping thing is not horrible. I thought for sure after playing New Zealand that New Zealand can't be topped. And I think I still feel that way. But I love how this is so different. And I would love to see how this would be if I'm playing against other people that aren't thinking the exact same way I am. Because I just feel like we're just turtling ourselves together. And if somebody were to not turtle, how would that wreck the game? Would it? Sometimes people wreck the game and it's not in their favor. Alright, so yellow is not done. We got to do this. We're going to put this in because we want to make people go through us. And then that. So we just triggered the cow thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Now we're done. After yellow is white, who is here, and I believe I wanted to do this. Maybe not. We're going to do this to collect 4 coins. I don't... Oh yeah, I did want to do that, because we're going to discard 2 to get 2 more coins. And then we do get to move our train. So just 1 space for white. And then we get to draw 1, 2, 3. This one's going to be tough, but I think we can do it if we just get the right cows up here. We have 2 of them. Yeah, turn over. Blue. Finally going to finish like we said. So we already did this. Which was 14. And then this is going to be 15. And that's going to allow them to go onto this boat. That was what the whole point of that was. We haven't been doing much in the strength department, so I think I'm going to take this one off just to get the points. They do have 4 grain they have to pay for. They have 1, but I grabbed 1 more because we ended up getting 15, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then before we end our turn, we gotta do this stuff. I'm gonna do the orange, and then didn't really have much of a choice there. Okay, red's up. They definitely want to do this one. Get rid of 2 of these for $2. And they get to move their train a whopping 1 space. Yellow. I didn't draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, we got 2 whites that we can sell for 2. I am going to do that, so we'll get rid of these for $2. The biggest thing is I want to move my train. I get 1 space. I can maybe start eking out some stuff here. I don't know. My train's too far back. Maybe I didn't want to do that. Too late. 4, 5. We did get some nice cows. White. Do I want the grain? Well, we for sure want to do this, which gives 2 coins. The grain never hurts. I know it's just equivalent of 2 gold, but and then we get to do an auxiliary on top of it. So for example, I know there's better stuff in here. Yeah, I'm going to draw 1. And discard 1. Then we go back up to our hand size. Blue. We forgot to draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We will do this to get $2. Blue is actually hurting on money, and they got a lot of duplicates to get rid of too. We're going going to do the green ones. Yeah, and the big thing for blue is they want to do this. So 1, 2, 3. Spend $5. And that is a black or a white. This one, we gain 3 coins. Yeah, why would I not do that? 1, 2, 3. Do we want to spend a worker? We get 2 green and 1 victory point for all of our farmers. No, no. Not a fan of it. We have only 1 farmer. That's the biggest issue. Red. One, two, three, 4. So 1, 2, 3 gets spent. And then once we go here, we're going to get 2, 4, 6, $8. We spent 3. So he's going to get a net of 5. Then we got to do the auxiliary action. But before that, he should have been up to his hand size. For the auxiliary action, we're going to draw, discard, draw, discard. Our turn. I'm going to the grain space. This is our key space, so we get 3 grain. And then we can crush a card or do an auxiliary. We're going to do the auxiliary. So 1, discard. Yep, I only have a hand size of 5. Alright, next up is white. They owe us a coin. They're going to go here. So -1, +1. They do 2 auxiliary and then move. I think they're going to do we're going to take the 2 coins. Then we're going to move to here. I'm going to sell a black for 2 coins. They don't grab it yet. We got to finish our turn. And then they're going to buy a cow. So they have 4 cowboys, which would let them buy one of these for 6. And white does have one. In fact, it's right there. What does white not have? We don't have a cream or an orange. Cream we can buy for just $2 with 2 guys. No, this is 7 points. We're going to just take the 7 points. So that'll cost 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw back up. And there we go. We got getting ourselves some nice stuff going on. Blue. I think we're going to take the green. We're at 4. This should be up to 5. 6. Then we get to do auxiliary. And I think it's very clear we want to get rid of some of this stuff. So here's 1, 2, 1, 2. Back to red. Do I want to go for a green or not? We'll take a grain. You get to do one auxiliary. Ooh. Now we're going to go to yellow. That's only going to get me $2. The whole point of this was, well, actually, nope, just $2. So I don't know if I really want to land there. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. Let's buy a cow. We can discard a black to get $2. Yes, I will do that. We also have 4 cowboys, and I believe we did buy a purple. We have a brown. We don't have a red and a cream. So here we could spend $5 with 3 of our guys to get a red and a cream. And that was 3 of our 4 cowboys, and then, yeah, we'll just draw 2 from the market. To finish it up. So we're at 4, 5. White's next. White's going to go here. They're one space away from going into here, so they could just spend 4 coins. And they can take one of these black tokens, like this one, put it there and get 6 points. And if they really wanted to, they could grab this, but that's only helpful to us. So that was the train, and then they get to do the auxiliary. So we can draw, discard, but I'm going to take the $2. Alright, that was white. Now we go to blue. They owe us $1. Let's buy a cow. Blue has 1 brown. And only 1 of these 2. So they need to buy 2 cows, but they only have 2. To buy a brown right now with 2 workers is horrible. Or 2 cowboys. But with 2 of these, they can buy one of these for just $2. They have a blue one already. And they'll buy a cream one for just $2. And they can sell this one for 2 to get it back. And then draw back up to their hand size. That's what we got. Red. They owe $1. Red's gonna buy a cow. What red? They only have 1 cowboy, so they can't buy the purple. They can buy a brown for 11. They don't have a brown, so they're going to do exactly that. 5, 10, 11. And they're going to take this one. That'll really help their game here. And they can sell black for 2. Now it's to us. I think I want to go 1, 2, 3 at minimum. So this is what I'm contemplating. I actually have farmers, so I would get this plus 2 grain. But this one's even better. It's another hand. So yeah, I'm going to do this one because I have two builders. I'm going to put this somewhere. I don't know where. Am I just going to put it here and make them pay me as they go through here? The better thing would be to put it here and make them pay me as they're going through this. I actually wanted to put it before this now. I mean, I could put it after. It just means that I now have to go through him if I want to get to the train. The only reason I would do this is because I would like to do it this round, but I guess I could wait till next round to do it. I'll put it here. That's a really good building for what we do. This one is too. So I actually like a couple of these. They got some good synergies going. And yeah, we could have also gotten well. Okay, hold on a second. That costs 2 workers, so that's $4. And then we can get rid of a green for $2. Back, draw back up to 5. We got a pretty cooking hand right now. White. Are we building a building with white? I don't think we want to. We built one. That's enough. We're going to keep going. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we definitely want to recruit. So I can get a cowboy for 7. Yeah. That's still cheaper than the 8s that are out there. So 5, 6, 7. Got a cowboy. We're in the 4-point range. That part's good. I can sell white for $2. We'll do that, and then we draw back up to 6, and we drew horrible. Okay, so that's it for them. Blue's up. Blue would go here. Get to do 2 auxiliary. I think I'm going to do the draw discard. So 1, 2. Horrible. Then they move to here. So they get 1, 2, 3. 1 short. And then I'm going to do it again. 1. Red should be up to 5. 1, 2, 3 for sure. Absolutely. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. They're up to 4 builders here. They will do this for $2 more. And so with 4 builders, they can go all the way to here. This lets them move forward 3 spaces. They can pay a grain to move their train 2. Yeah, this is not helpful to them, but other than the money. But they're going to do it, so that's worth 5 points, and they can upgrade it somehow. And they're going to slap that right here because that's on the grain, which will give them $2 more. So that works out really well for them. But that does cost 5, 6, 7, 8. And then they draw back up. No, they already did. Alright, yellow. We're going to go here for the auxiliary. We're sitting in a good spot, so we're just going to grab $2. And then we bump forward. We could discard a white. I don't want to. And then we can recruit. And here's a question. What do we want to recruit? We can actually get another building out there. This would let us build a level 3 something something. Like this one would give us 3 grain and let us move stuff around. It's not horrible. Or do I just keep grabbing cowboys? I can't do this. Well, actually, let's go look, because we want to just keep grabbing strength. That's what we want to do. I mean, maybe it's time to start getting some engineers. Yeah, let's diversify. We're going to get an engineer for 7. That'll let us move our train a little bit better, and this lets us destroy a card permanently. Ugh. I don't know how valuable that is. I don't have any grays in my hand. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 strength right now that we're wielding. Now we go to white. We're back here. The question is are we doing this? I think the answer is no. So white is going into town. Are we going to spend grain to move this stuff around? We only have 1 grain. We could do this. That would lose 2 victory points and get him 6 money though. We're going to go ahead and no. White has to be north and east. The east is already taken here. There's nothing there. Ooh, they got this though. It's going to cost them 6 grain to go east here. Yeah, white's in a pickle because they got all these here, but they need grain. So they can't move anything because of that. And now they will be able to hand in their stuff though. This gets destroyed. Three, 4, 7, 12, 14, and then possibly 15. Alright, there's the 14. We look at our ships. He would need a 15. So we will spend that. Make it a 15. We'll do this, which gives us 3 more gold. Here. And now we got to spend 4 grain. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do need to start getting grain with this guy, so I think I'm going to start removing these so we can use auxiliary to move the grain up, because we need grain to be able to move our tokens. You can't just ignore the grain in this game. That's a lesson I'm learning as I'm playing this. So we have blue now, which I'm going to go 1, 2. So blue owes a coin to red. 3. Is blue going to build a building? No. 4, 5. Are they going to hire somebody? They're at 7. They, gosh darn it, would like to. So 8, 8. Oh my gosh, they're $1 short. Oh, nope, they got a white. 1, 2, and then they're going to spend 5, 6, 7, 8 and get one of these. That lets them move their train 2 spaces, but that doesn't do any good. They don't have the $6. Does it matter? That is 8 points. I think they do want to do that. So should they hire somebody else instead? Maybe? Yeah, let's get a cowboy if we can. There's one for 8, and there's one for 8. So by doing this, they're going to get $2, and then they can kill a card forever. So now they're down to 4 cards. 5, 6. It's a little bit better. They're deviating from the train thing because of circumstances. I don't know. I mean, they're doing okay though, because they're getting points if they can do this. It's just they really need to start banging against this. That's the mechanism for their primary points. Red. Go here. Get 2 green. Yellow. We can go here. Get a certificate. And we literally are swimming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6. So we can take almost anything that has 6 or more. Like this one's a 5. We could take these ones. Get $4 from that one. Yeah, I don't know why 2 of them are here, but I'll take the 6 one. Clear it out. Alright, so first of all, we took that. This is $8. 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to flip this over. And then this lets us put a disc on the silver anchor. And I'm pretty sure it's one of these discs. So yeah, so it goes there in Rotterdam. Yeah, so that's it. Now we go to white. Give me a second. We didn't do this stuff. Just gonna put one there, one there. If I do this, it's going to trigger the ships to take off. If I do this, it delays it one more turn. I think for white, it's not going to help them to delay it one more turn. Delaying it one more turn just helps me. So yeah, white's going to take this one and put it there. So that triggered this to happen. So first one is here. It's a silver, so that's Rotterdam. The second one, I don't know why sometimes these fall off. All four of us are here. And it's a black one. So all four of us are in Liverpool. And then this one is a black 2. So gray and blue. That's going to be 8 victory points just for being there. And they both get 3 green. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, all of that was from White's last turn. Or no, White's turn now. 1, 2. Okay, blue. They have 2 strength. 4, they have 5 strength. Yeah, why not? Why would we not do this? They're going to come here, get the certificate. They have 5 strength, so they can remove something from the board. This one gets them a coin, so they're going to do that one. And the only thing that's unfortunate is, unless they can grab something else that gives them more than 1 coin, this one shouldn't have any coins on it. This one has 2. So put that back. That one has 2 coins, which, as you can see, is enough to flip it over, and he can put it there. So now he's going to get some extra grain. The grain matters, and I think once you get far enough in where you're doing okay, you should probably pick one up every now and then, which is what he just did. Red. I think I'm going to stop here. It's very late, so we will finish this, pick this up tomorrow, and I really enjoyed this game. I actually I watched a video where somebody was ranking all the games. They ranked Rails of the North at dead last, then the base game, then this, then New Zealand. I think I'm okay with that ranking. I would just say that I think Rails of the North is better than the base game, and I also think that like people are like, why are you knocking the base game? When it came out, you thought it was the game of the year. I did. I declared that was game of the year back in 2018 or 17 or whenever the base game came out. It was because I loved it so much. But all I can tell you is I still love it. It's just that these ones, like he came up with, the designer Alec Pfister came up with so much cool additional things. Like the puzzle's better. This is better than the base game. And when you see New Zealand, it is like perfection. And I just think that New Zealand's the creme de la creme. But so the problem is when you have people at your house, this type of game will take the whole night, and you're only gonna play one of them. So which one do you play? Well, I'd rather get out New Zealand. So then this one never gets to the table. But I actually think that my friends would really like this one, and I'm going to try to encourage them to try it. So, anyways, we'll finish this tomorrow. Red player it is their turn, and I don't know how to signify that, but we will try to. Let's see, how do we do this? Save game, GWT Argentina. Red turn. There we go. Alright, thanks for watching. Stay awesome.